Episode of 161st and River on the Subway Sports Network podcast. And today I decided to do a funner, a different kind of podcast that I normally don't do, but I feel like, the Knicks are getting pretty much killed right now by the Magic. College football, good games are kind of, over right now. And, you know, felt like this is a good time to talk some Yankee baseball. And one of the podcast ideas I had for this winter was the one we're going to do today. Let's have GTP predict the Yankees offseason. Now, it's going to use rumors, it's going to use projections, but let's have some fun with it. And then we're going to use it to construct a Yankee lineup and rotation and some other fun things, just for kind of jokes, and see if there are any ideas in there that maybe we haven't thought of and something we can use. And maybe that could be something I write about over the next week or so of, maybe the Yankees should explore doing this. So I'm going to share the tab, move it to there. I don't know why it's all black on the screen. Let me stop sharing and redo it. Hold on. Maybe I just go to chatgtp.com. Okay. Oh, all right. I guess that works. All right. So predict the 2025 to 2026 New York Yankees offseason. All right. Let's see. All right. Here's a detailed prediction. Okay. What I expect the Yankees will do. All right. They want an outfielder. I expect them to prioritize re-signing Cody Bellinger. So this has them adding Cody Bellinger. Add rotation depth. Maintain financial flexibility. I do not expect a mega 10-year contract. I don't expect a massive trade of their top prospects. Okay, my projected moves. Okay. Re-sign Cody Bellinger 2 to 4 years, or aggressively pursue Kyle Tucker. Extend a qualifying offer to Trent Grisham. Okay, so some of this stuff has already been done. So let's change to the prompt. I don't want to say predict. Simulate the New York Yankees 2025 to 2026 off season. Kind of you be the GM. Absolutely. Here's a full simulation. Okay. So let's let this load. This should be funny. Again, this is supposed to be kind of a lighthearted episode on a Saturday evening, not like I'm screaming because they extended a qualifying offer to someone who, $22 million is a lot. But then if you kind of think about it, he was only earning $5 million last year. So if you think about it, it's really a 2-year, $13 million deal or something like that. All right. So the franchise direction: win now while preserving Dominguez, Lombard, Chase Hampton, and the Jones core. Is Chase Hampton still in our system? I can't remember. Prioritize athleticism, contact, lefty power, and bullpen swing and miss. Avoid mega contracts and target bounce back arms. What? Step 1, non-tender. Okay. All right. So it has them non-tendering Clark Schmidt, who got $4.5 million yesterday. Ian Hamilton, that's correct. Colin Holderman, we didn't even have. He was non-tendered by the Pirates. Oswaldo Cabrera, who earned $1 million yesterday. Ben Rortvedt, who hasn't been in the organization in 2 years. Jake Bowers, who hasn't been in the organization in 2 years. And Scott Efros, they got that right. And they cleared 5 40-man spots yesterday. So, okay. off. The Yankees need to find flexibility and infield outfield impact. Okay, signing number 1, Cody Bellinger. All right, I can rock with this. 4 years, 108 million. It's gonna be way more than that. 25 plus home run, best center field insurance for Jason Dominguez, who actually plays left. Short-term deal with opt-outs, which he's not going to take again. Oh my god. See, this is why we're doing this, because it's funny. Cody Bellinger might actually happen, but the projections and reasons are fucking hilarious. All right. I'm just going to stop it here before going ahead. Jordan Montgomery. He's not even a free agent. Oh, he might be. They're not getting Jordan Montgomery again. Josh Hader, Justin Turner. Okay, I gotta redo this because it's clearly having them do the 20. This is from 2024 information. All right, let's see. Non-tender. Okay, I have to stop this. All right, so clearly it's not going to simulate the way I want it to. I'm just going to do New York Yankees offseason this year only. Use online resources for up-to-date info. Let's see. Maybe this changes things. Because the other one, it was comically hilarious, but they're not getting Jordan. I think Jordan Montgomery actually might be a free agent, but there's no way the Yankees are getting Jordan Montgomery back. I mean, if they get Jordan Montgomery back and he's their freaking free agent for the starting rotation, then like I don't know. I think that's then when we riot because Jordan Montgomery been there, done that. All right. Let's see. It's thinking. While it's thinking, I mentioned last night on the pod about Phil Maton and the Yankees really liking Phil Maton. Well, he signed last night a 2-year contract with the Chicago Cubs, so he comes off the board. That was kind of funny. When the news broke, I got a message and I'm like, So when Will Salmon of The Athletic had it, I just retweeted his thing. And I was like, I spoke about him on the pod. He comes off the board. The reliever market, I guess, a little bit is flowing here. So maybe that's something the Yankees need to look into. They currently don't have a bullpen right now. If you look on their depth chart, and I think it was the Yankee Report had it on their socials as well. That the Yankees don't have a bullpen right now. Like they have, I know I only have them having 5 relievers, and that is counting Brett Heidrich because I think he's going to be a major contributor next year. And I think that's a good thing. Because I do think having prospects to deploy and use in big spots is a good thing. What I don't think is a good thing is relying on prospects and only prospects like the Yankees have done over the recent years. Right, where they passed up on deals because they wanted to go out and get, or they passed up on like Corey Seager because they had Anthony Volpe. Or they pass up on Bryce Harper, who knows why, or Machado because they had Urshela and Andahar. I think Andahar more for the other one. Okay, so this seems like all right. So this is accurate so far. The starting point is accurate as the Knicks lose 133 to 121. So this seems like a good starting point. And hold on. Why is nothing working today? Well, good starting point for the Yankees talking about the pieces they have already. And the pieces they have right now aren't great. Well, I mean, they're fine. But like Cashman said the other day, they lost a lot, which means they need to gain them back and more in order to be where they want to be as an organization. Which, if you're a Yankee fan who wants this team to spend money and wants this team to compete and win, that's something you really, really, really want to hear from Cashman, and you really, really want to hear that from the organization because it makes it sound like they're actually going to spend money this offseason, which is cool. And from all indication, Hal's going to speak Monday. It'll be very interesting to hear what Hal has to say Monday because I don't know what to expect. But now that all right, let's get back to this. Now that I have the Knicks finals posted on our socials, pitching core, rotation depth, payroll reality. So starting with 40 million. Okay. So it wants to add a top end arm, rebuild the bullpen, and add a right handed versatility player. Okay. So internal housekeeping, it has okay. Strikers to coming back, pick up the club option, it declined Loizaga. It had Yarborough coming back because they told it to use sources. Non-tender, these four. After that, the 40-man roster has room. Okay, first big swing. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I want to see. Sign right-hand pitcher Tatsuya Imai. It has 7 years, 175 with an opt-out after the fourth. That's actually probably pretty comparable, if not an overpay to what he's actually going to get. So I would actually, this is a good projection from ChatGTP, which is kind of surprising. He fits, obviously, we know he fits. It's about 25 million AAV. Okay, the payroll's a little off. Okay, so move two, it has them re-signing Luke Weaver. I'm 98.8% confident that Luke Weaver will not be returning next season. From every indication from Cashman the other day, the fact that he said that we lost Weaver and Devin Williams to free agency makes it sound like they are not coming back. So that one I can see as not happening. So Luke Weaver's a no. And then it's saying they need like others. Excuse me, like others in the bullpen, like Pierce Johnson or Kirby Yates. I could see something like that. I also, instead of Weaver, because they do need like a high end. I keep saying JoJo Romero from St. Louis, a trade with them. That makes a ton of sense, I think, for the Yankees. Position player tweaks and versatility. Clearly signaling that Ben Rice has them signing Kike Hernandez. I promise he's not coming here. They can call. They will. They did last offseason. As long as the Dodgers have a roster spot for him, he will be a Los Angeles Dodger. He really likes it there. And they really, really, really like him. Other smaller moves, like a veteran catcher on a minor league deal. Okay, so it projects the lineup for us. Except it's wrong because Anthony Volpe is going to start the season on the IL. But it has Jason Dominguez leading off and left, Jazz Chisholm Jr. at second, then Judge, then Rice, then McMahon, then Stanton, then Grisham, then Wells, then Volpe. So it doesn't have them bringing back Bellinger. This lineup is kind of... I don't like this lineup. If we entered opening day with this lineup, I don't know what I would say. Then Kike, Cabrera, Caballero, and some random catcher. Then it has the rotation there. It does have Yarbrough in the rotation. And then the bullpen. Excuse me. Cabello, Duvall, Bednar, Weaver, Hill, Yarbrough once they come back. Okay. Or Bird or NRI. Okay. Big picture summary. Replicate this, but with no payroll limitations. Go all in. Also make trades. Okay. Let's see what it says, because that was a good foundation to this project. As Jason Dominguez is about to get his third at bat and lit him. Like right now, he's 0 for 1 with a walk, 3 walks in his past few plate appearances. Okay, I guess he'll get up next inning. So I'll keep up on with that one. All right, let's see. Philosophy. No limit off season. If I'm the GM and Hal says ignore the CBT, build a monster. By priorities. This is fun. Assemble the best rotation on Earth. Overpower October. Add a second true MVP level bat alongside Judge. Turn the bullpen into a cheat code. Trade from the farm and some MLB pieces to eliminate weak spots and redundancy. Think the Dodgers or the 2009 Yankees and the minor league raised depth. I like this. Move 1. Go sign Kyle Tucker. I agree with this. I think they should sign Kyle Tucker over Cody Bellinger to it. What's this have? 10 years, $320 million. That's actually probably close to what he'll get. If he gets the long-term deal and not like a short-term prove-it deal, which he might, and if he does, the Yankees should obviously do it. An elite lefty bat. Why it makes sense. Judge plus Tucker is one of the best 3-4 combos in the sport. Left-handed power in Yankee Stadium takes enormous pressure off Dominguez and Jazz and Rice as run producers. I didn't think of that. I didn't even think of that aspect of it. All right. So chat GTP in our all-in version has him sign Kyle. Move 2. Sign Pete Alonso, 7 years, $189 million. Never happening. Now I get why it's a 3-4 combo. You now have 3 40 home run bats and Judge, Tucker, and Alonso in the same lineup, even though I don't think maybe at Yankee Stadium. Ben Rice becomes a first baseman, catcher, left field. What? Hybrid utility bat instead of being forced to be the guy at first base. Alonso can also DH quite a bit, and Stanton becomes fully expendable. More on that in the trades. This is like WFAN's fever dream of a Yankee offseason. Except I don't see Stephen Kwan yet. Maybe he'll be in here later. Move 3, sign Tatsuya Imai. That's been the consistent through everything. It seems like the Yankees are really hot on it, on Imai. I think they need to sign Imai. 7 years, 175. That's probably about it. I would 100% do this. All right, let's take a sip of water before we move on to move 4, adding another big arm to the rotation. Sign another high-end starter, like a Blake Snell 2.0. So whether that's a Zach Gallen or a Dylan Cease or something at that level, that's who probably it is. All right, bullpen overload. Okay, it has them bringing Weaver back again. They're not bringing Luke Weaver back, so we can ignore that. So insert trade X. All right, let's see these blockbuster trades. I can't wait to see this. Trade 1, move Trent Grisham. Or move Giancarlo Stanton. Yankees eat 70% of the eating money. That is not happening. And they send a mid-tier pitching prospect and get a lower level lottery ticket or cash considerations. That's not happening. Oh my god. This is what I'm talking about. You already have McMahon and Volpe, but in no limit world, I'm hunting for a superstar infielder. I move on for Volpe and move McMahon to like a super utility role and move Jazz into a outfield role as well. It has a trading for Jose Ramirez or someone like him. It's sending 2 of the 3 best prospects. Like, this would be a Lombard, Jones, and Dominguez all going to Cleveland for JRM. And an MLB piece if it needs to be balanced. Yankees get an elite third baseman, the Yankee infield. Trade 3, overpay and prospects for a true center fielder if Judge needs more time. I'm gonna scroll down and make actual trade packages based on your project of. All right, let's see. All right. Yankees and A's. Now, keep in mind, Drew Thorpe is not in our minor league system, so we're starting off really, really well here. Drew Thorpe was traded years ago. Drew Thorpe was traded a couple years ago, so let's see. Yankees and A's. Yankees send Giancarlo Stanton, Drew Thorpe, and Jared Cerniat, some guy I've never heard of, for a player to be named later or cash. Why? Because it gets rid of the contract. Number 2, it's pretty much saying, okay, target Cardinals third baseman Nolan Gorman. I don't know if that's something I'm into. I'm more into the Jose Ramirez. I thought that was like a great projection. For Nolan Gorman, that seems like an overpay, especially because Yandreas Gomez is no longer in the Yankee minor league system. Trade 3, the Yankees. Okay, target center fielder Bretton Doyle. I've seen that a couple times this offseason. Yankees send Carlos Rodon and Cam Schlittler. Not happening. My God. Yankees aren't sending Carlos Rodon or Cam Schlittler for Bretton Doyle. That's just not happening. All right. Target Royals right-handed pitcher James MacArthur. Never heard of him. No one going in the deal is in our minor league systems, so that's cool. Brian Hayes is no longer on that team. Let's see. Okay. Target Gunnar Henderson. Spencer Jones, Jason Dominguez, Roderick Arias, Clark Schmidt, and Cass. I would do that for Gunnar. I would do that. But the Yankees would never do that. All right. So that's our 25-minute recap of ChatGTP projecting the Yankees offseason. And I'll be back with normal episodes this week talking offseason stuff. Thank you so much.